All right, let's try this again. Sound, can you hear me this time? All right. Um, all right. Can you hear me? All right. So thanks for joining me today. I'm Judge Desire for Knowledge, and this is Know Your Truth, Real Talk. If you want to know what this show is about, my show is about self improvement, self improvement, and self empowerment channel for those in need of um, inspiration from outside influences that are positive and not negative influences. So I decided to create this YouTube channel to reach those in need of self empowerment and of self improvement. So if you joined this channel or not, and this is your first time watching me, welcome. I'm Judge Desire for Knowledge, and this is Know Your Truth, Real Talk. So we have several topics that are in my archives, and they're available to you. A lot of videos on relationships and other type of videos. Also, I do legal matters as well, monthly, every fourth week of the month, to help those in need of some legal consultation. I won't say advice, I will say consultation. I am not an attorney and I'm not a judge. However, I work in those fields. Um, as you can go read my bio, you'll understand every part of what I don't need to explain here. That's what reading is for, right? So thank you again for joining me today. I'm on every Saturday at 3 o'clock live. If not live, I'll have it taped for 3 o'clock. All right. So today's subject is on relationships, which of course is one of my favorite parts. Love versus lust. See the difference. I'm sure you saw that when you were looking into my captions. And so I wanted to do this one because a lot of people experience love and most people experience lust and think it's love. But how do we know? Well, we don't. We have to first get into the relationship to understand it for what it is at first. And then we can actually outline it if you want, if you're smart, and see what pros and cons are in that relationship that would make it lustful instead of a love relationship. So I put together some things here that I believe can really help. Thank you on the sound. Really help us decipher what a lustful relationship is, or a relationship full of lust versus love, or vice versa, love versus lust. That's what I started with, right? Because love always wins, never lust. All right, let me fix this so you can see the beautiful trees and the beautiful flowers as well. See that flower? They're blooming. Oh, it's this way. All right. Either way, it's beautiful out and I enjoyed the nature. So, as I was stating, love and lust, see the differences. Some of us experience love and some lust, all right? And our relationships know the difference because it's really important. And in this episode, I will decipher the two, okay? Um, so, for instance, love is a true feeling shared between two people. You know, they are genuine connections, genuine feelings, and a selfless, and it's usually selfless. It's not something that you got to work too hard on. And it's with one who feels a connection between each other that are authentic and genuine, as I stated, and a love you can rely on. Some people can rely on love versus lust. Of course, you can definitely rely on love more than a lustful relationship. So I just wanted to go there with that one to help you understand the difference by describing it. Um, okay, a love you can rely on, and when no one plays games with one another, that's love. There is truth and honesty between the two, and each appreciates each other for who they are, respectful, and you know, adults that are respectful and loyal. Only adults can do those things. Normally, when you're not loyal, I think of people, as my opinion, it's know your truth and my truth. I think that when people are still kids and childish, and we've all done it, then we're not loyal people and we're not honest. But when you're an adult mentally, then you're going to be an honest person. You're going to be loyal. Otherwise, why get in it? Just be real, be who you are. So I have other videos, as I stated, on that. Very good titles on them, and they're pretty cool. Um, Either way, I bring these topics up because people don't want to talk about certain things, and I'm willing to go there and talk about it with you in a dialogue. So if I don't have enough people to dialogue with, I'm still going on with my show and still bringing it out there. So it's no problem. Someone will need it and someone will hear it. And that's what matters most, not how many followers or how much money I'm going to make, because this is not for money for me. It's just something that I like to do, bringing out positive vibes, positive energies. And so, as I was saying, there's truth and honesty between the two when it's love, and each appreciates one another and what they have together. When you meet someone you truly love, you will feel it in your soul, not in your pants. LOL, right? So that is a pretty bit of a description, a little bit of the description that I was stating about love. But in contrast, with lust, the connection is solely based on the lust for sex, money, or what is it that you can do for someone else, for someone. In other words, if it's lust, money, or sex, then that person's looking for what they can actually get out of it, which is also lustful. It doesn't have to always be sex. Right? That was funny. It can be a lust for money, a um, lust for sex, lust for money, lust for the, when I say money, I'm meaning someone needing you to take care of them and stuff like that, So basically, for what you have, a type of relationship, what can you do for me? That's what I meant. That's what lust is, what you could do for me, whether it's sex, money, material things, whatever it is. And which is usually an infatuated connection instead of love. So that's the difference there with that. Lust is more infatuated between two people, that sometimes it's about what are you going to do for me type of relationship instead of with each other. And it's usually one-sided, normally, without the other person knowing it's lust. One may feel it's love, both may feel it's love, but eventually you're going to be able to tell if it was just lust later on, depending on how the ending of it comes out. And believe me, we have a lot of movies on those type of endings, and so it's best not to want someone for just lust. It's not worth it, because if you're lusting over somebody, that they won't be the last one you lust over or they lust over. So what's the sense? Just keep going round and round in the same circle. It makes no sense. But to some people it does. Anyway, it, the things to look for in love is, and I stated here, when you meet, it's undeniable. It's not by coincidence that you will have the feelings as if you knew each other before or forever. It's undeniable. In other words, also, sorry, because eat my water. Also, love is when you both sometimes deny the feelings because it's so strong. That could be love, because lust, you don't deny the feelings, you just go forward. But we're talking about love right now, so usually you deny the feelings first, sometimes, because it's so strong, and not many of us believe in love until it really truly happens to you, because we have so many people out here that are tricksters and Jezebels and crooks, females and males. I'm not one-sided on that. We know which sex is more, but I'm not going there today. I will on another show. I think if you've seen my past videos, you'll know too. Either way, you will both, I stated, will sometimes deny the feelings, but it's usually mutual, but it's so strong that you'll deny it. And I put for number 3, you'll feel the connection, and it's more than Sex, definitely. So when the connection is felt and it's more than sex, then there's no lust there. Number four, you will know they're different from all relationships that you've ever had. And so that as well. Oh, you're laughing with me. I'm glad I get to make people laugh here because that's a part of this. You take it for what it is and enjoy the moments. All right, number four, you will know they're different from all the relationships you ever had before. And that will kind of like be not a red flag, but a positive thing. Like, wow, like I've never had this with anyone before. And because there's not many honest, truthful, and loyal people out here. So when you get that, you're not going to recognize it from other people because you've never had it, first of all. And if you don't know what love is or you've never been loved, when someone loves you enough, you're frightened because you're like, wait a minute, that's too much. You're throwing yourself at me, blah, blah, blah. It could be done both ways, lust as well. But in love, it's not about throwing. It's just that someone's showing you enough compassion, love, unconditional, that you can't believe it. And then therefore you'll start thinking, wait a minute, I'm not understanding why this person's throwing themselves at me like that, but in a positive way, not in a sexual way, or why they always want to know how I'm doing or this. And a lot of people don't get relationships where there's connections that people will be there for them or support them. So they basically never was taught or had that type of love. So they're going to be indifferent to feeling that experience. And so that's when it becomes complicated because one wants to show you love and one doesn't know what that means. Sometimes that happens. You both share a lot of common, this is number six. You both share a lot of interests that are more than just a sexual connection, which is really good because anyone can have a sexual connection. That's really easy. And if someone's easy like that, then they'll be easy with anyone. But then this world is different now. People in this world are very different. They think that's acceptable. But I think that's more or less, in my opinion, people with low self-esteem and they need to be seen, heard, or felt. I don't know what it is, but I'm too special when I was single and now that I'm married, and I don't have time for games with people. Doesn't mean you got to get into a serious relationship, but it doesn't mean that you have to sleep with everybody at the same time. So I'm different. A lot of women and men don't feel that way, but that's not my problem. That's their problem. Usually at the end, they end up in the courthouse anyway, where I work. New York State courts is full of these same situations I'm talking about on relationships, because eventually when you do look for lust and sex, as I was stating, then you get yourself involved with the wrong people because that's what they're looking for. And lust, as I stated, is not just sex. It can be money. It could be stability for one person on what you could give them, as I stated, and how they can make that for themselves. It's a lot, but we're going to get into lust soon. The last one for love, which is number seven. When you know it's love, you realize this is the type of person you can take home to meet your parents, which is a good one, right? Who wouldn't want that if it gets serious? I mean, how long would you wait for the right person if they were right in front of you and you didn't know, but you was too lustful or too blind to see it? That's true. Yeah. Who's that? Hello. Oh, okay. Thank you. And so we're gonna go on to, these are the ones that you can take home to meet your parents, which is the first steps that I said. That's love. All right. You recognize those steps. And then the things to look for in lust to make sure that this is not something you want to look, oh, let me hope I have lust. No, this is a negative, I believe. Anyway, like I said, know your truth, real talk. This is my talk show so that we can come together and debate issues and things that we can speak about, truth and untruths in our own opinion, not actual facts, just our opinions. Um, Basically, I try to be as honest as I can, whether people like me or not. I'm not out here to be liked. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to get the message out. So either way, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, please. This way it can get around to the people that really are in need of help, because there's a lot of people out here in need of help. We want to bring more positive vibes in social media instead of people always watching negative stupidity that I've been seeing out there that doesn't. I don't even look at social media anymore unless there's positive people there, because I am too grounded in positivity and good vibes to bring myself to stupidity. How about that one? And there's a lot of people out there that they don't care. They enjoy it. And that's good. You can have a laugh too, but at whose expense are we laughing at? I mean, eventually, if we laugh at the wrong things, you can be the next person that's going to be laughed at. And so I try not to laugh at people when jokes are done. Now, other type of jokes, that remedial jokes that are, something that I can say, okay, that was funny, but that it doesn't criticize or hurt other people, I'm in. But social media is so negative now that even the positive is considered wrong to people. So I don't know where everyone's mind is going with that, but I really feel sorry for you all who are actually watching negativity all day, and I'm not sure what you're going to get out of it. But like I said, this show and this channel is strictly for self-improvement and self-empowerment. Good vibes, good energies. We come together and love and respect for one another, and that's how it's going to be, because this is my channel. If you don't like that, go make your own channel. I'm sure you can do it. Everything out here is too many greedy people. Everyone can get a piece of the pie. You can do your channel and nobody is going to be upset with you, because the universe made enough space, time, money for everybody to share in it. But we have so many greedy people out here that no one's actually, or jealous, greedy, and all of the above, that it's too competitive. We can all compete with each other to do better for each other, not go against each other. But getting back to the subject, because I'll go on and on, because I enjoy bringing out things that need to be brought out. So, like I said, the love part was, if that's the type of relationship you're in, then that's the type that you can take home to meet your parents type of person. All right, so things that you look for in lust, just to see exactly what you get out of a lustful relationship. Well, let's see. One, instant gratification due to a sexual attraction to one another or to the status of one, whether it's money or fame or sex. So sometimes you can be wrong when you want to get involved with someone. That's what's considered lustful or lust, when you looking for status or fame or sex, money. This is what leads people down the wrong path, but they don't realize it until it's too late, and they always blame other people instead of looking in the mirror at themselves. That's the hardest part for someone to do, so I understand, but you got to do it. And also, you find in lust that you both don't feel any other attraction except sexually. So, hey, that sounds great when you first get together with someone and that's it. But then eventually you're like, I don't see anything else in this person that I really like, whether it's a male looking at a woman like she has nothing going on. She may be cute, nice body. That's all she can offer me. And vice versa. The girl can say he has a nice body, he's sexual, he's great, but that's all he has to offer me. Yeah, that's what lust does. People are going to look at you as what else can you offer me but that, if they're looking for more than lust. And some of them will definitely be looking for, I like it, and I'm looking for what money is attached to it and what stability it can do for me. So there's two scenarios here. So number one was what I just stated, the instant gratification. And number two is you both don't feel right. I said that. Any other attraction except sexually. Number three, you're drawn to them only for the stability or money, for money or sex, which is another true thing about lust. It's not based just on sex. It's based on what else can I get out of this person, because sex is sex. I don't care about love. They usually don't. I just want it. That is true. Yeah. I just want it. Love is to the side. I don't care about love. That's all I want is what can I get? Sex, money, or stability. or all three. That's all they're looking at. So those type of women or males you don't want to get involved with, because at the end, you're not the only fling that they're going to have. There's others. Eventually you'll lose your money, your respect, your time, and it's not worth that. Number three, excuse me, you realize you both don't share anything in common, no common interests at all, except for in the bed. And I've seen that with other people who've told me years ago that that's it. That's all they see in somebody. And I'm like, are you serious? They don't have any good conversations? Is there anything else other than that that is possibly an attribute? And they're like, no. So I remembered these things and I said, you know what? This is a good topic. And so, yeah, when your just interests are in the bedroom, it's really nothing more there, and that's not the type of relationship a decent person wants to get involved with, unless you are a call girl or what do they say, a mango in Dominican Republic. That's what they call the girls, and the men, I'm not sure what they're called. I forgot the ones that put up the money and stuff, but either way, it's still the same thing. It's all based on lust. Okay, so number three, when you realize that you don't have that connection, that's the shame of it all. But basically, number five, you both do not have any conversations on real issues, of real interest. That's just as bad. I mean, you can have sex and have conversations. But if that's the only time you're meeting, you're not going to movies, dinner, or you might be, but any other interests would be, how about we don't talk about sex? How about we talk about you and I and what we're going to do, where this relationship is going, what's going to happen? No, people don't talk about that anymore. It's basically, okay, let me just get in bed and that's it. Bye, I'm done. My job's done here. And if you have money or stability, then the job's not done. They're going to finesse you through sex and keep you there so they can fulfill their pockets and the stability they need, because they're not going to go out there and do it for themselves. Yes, Sankey Panky. Thank you. In the Dominican Republic, those men that do that, they're lustful as well, and they pick up mangoes, I believe it's called, to undercover prostitutes. That's the undercover name, and basically it's changed now. They change it all the time. I'm just using the one I learned about a few years ago. And so Sankey Pankies are the suckers, which I call them suckers, and I hope you see my show because you're a sucker. These women are taking their money, playing like they're in love with them, and they're really not, and you're not the only one they're with every day. I mean, if Dave was walking the street corner, why would you think they're there for you only? You're special now. With lust, there's no such thing as you being special to someone. Believe me, I've seen it, I've heard it, and I have never experienced it because I don't walk street corners. I'm too good for that. But I understand when people need help and they figured that's the only way out is to walk the corners. And if that's what you have to do, that's you. I don't agree with it, but I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, if you think those type of women are going to change overnight and you are going to now make a housewife out of them, no, no, it's not going to happen. But I've seen these things lead to divorces and child support issue, divorce, alimony. So whatever they're going to get it out of you, either it's alimony, like most ex-wives do, especially the lustful ones that were just there for play. And then you got the ones with the child support. They also do the same thing, but children do need support, but some people are really wretched about it and they go through it just because, you know? So these are the type of people, when you know that you've actually been in a lustful relationship, that's how you'll find out at the end. They're always coming to take whatever you have because of remorse or whatever happened, and it wasn't really love, because you can't fake love. Love is going to be love. You can move silently and let the relationship go, move forward and upward with your life and let it go. You don't have to go to child support. You don't have to take alimony. You just do you. I mean, come on. That's what real women do. We don't have to do that. Yes, your child will be taken care of. Why don't you, instead of begging the court system to do it, go out and get yourself a better job or make more money? The system will take care of it if you go there, but do you really have to put yourself as low as doing it? We all do need to feed our children, but if it came to the fact that we couldn't get any child support, what would you do? You're gonna need to go to work and make the money. What if there was no child support? I always think like that. So there's very, very few women that think like that. So that's when I know that those relationships could not have been based on love. Because if you had loved someone, you don't treat them like that later. Boom. Don't forget that. Judge Desire told you that. Okay, so let's get back to number 6. You realize you don't share any common interests in the bedroom. What I'm saying in the bedroom is like it's just 1, 2, 3, bam, ma'am, here I am, or whatever, and that's it. And that can be lust because all it is about sex. It's finished. There's nothing left, so we go to sleep, or we move forward and leave, or whatever the case may be. It's just not content. So when you see that, that is actually lust. When it's, at the moment the passion is great and everything, but then after that there's nothing left. That's when you know it's lust. And the number 7 is, excuse me, because you don't realize you both um, don't share any common interest only in the bedroom is what I meant to say. Sorry, excuse me. I really need this. And outside of there, there's nothing left. So basically, that's lust for you. Number 7 is, and you know this is not the type of person to take home to meet your parents. No. So that's where I got the love versus lust from. And the ending is always love is going to win over lust, because love, you can take them to meet your parents. And lust, who would want to bring them home to your parents? I mean, if you can't bring them home to your parents, even if you're just dating and you're not getting married, it's a shamble. It's done. It's shame. Why would you want to be with someone that shames you, or you don't want to introduce to anyone? And that's not love. So the lesson here is there is more to a relationship, right, than just sex. Eventually, with lust, it could lead to, just like I said, dislike for one another, where it ends up bad, like I just mentioned. Everyone ends up in the courthouse because that's where I work, that's my employer. And then they end up there, and other sometimes corrections as well. Things go wrong, and this all leads to, if we had thought about it first, but nope, lust doesn't allow you to think about it. Lust is, I want this right now, today, and I'm getting it. And that's it. We don't think of the consequences. We don't think of what's going to happen later on, and then we're sad. We got to stop doing that and reverse the situation and start thinking highly of yourselves, and have some morals, okay? Because if you have children with these people, or this is lifelong when you have children, and the poor children. That's all I gotta say. If it was based on lust, poor children, because in the end, when you thought it was love, it becomes exactly what you knew it was in the beginning. So always trust your instincts, okay? Please. And the red flags will show you that. So the lesson here is, as I stated, um, I can't. Okay, I'm hearing someone run up and down these stairs, so I'm sorry. Okay, so relationships are more than just sex. Eventually, lust will lead you to dislike one another, as I said, boredom, and there's nothing else going on in a relationship but sex. If there's nothing else going on um, but sex, that can lead to what I just mentioned. And in contrast, if it's love, there's love, a strong foundation of communication can keep you together for a lifetime, versus the lust that will be a lifetime of hell, actually, because lust is never good at the end. So just be careful out there, protect yourselves. If you're that kind of lustful person, I have nothing against you. I'm just trying to help you mentally. Physically, I can't do anything about it, but they do sell stuff to protect yourselves out there. Um, I would rather be celibate if I was a single person, but that's just me. Anyway, so as far, I would prefer love. And I know I've been there before, and we all say we're never gonna do it. I'm there now in love. I'm married happily, but the thing is, when I was single, I said I would never go in love again. Well, we got to stop saying we will never. See, that's our negativity, and we're not bringing the right person to us when we're carrying negative feelings, negative energies. Energy is everything. So how you feel is exactly what's going to happen. Your words is what's going to happen to you. And basically, most miserable people is because they allowed themselves to be miserable. Things can happen in the world. It does to everybody. We just got to hold our head up high, you know, and be more positive about things and stay prayed up. Sometimes, most of the time, you got to stay prayed up because there's a lot of stuff going on out there and a lot of people getting hurt, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. So that ends the show for today. I'm glad that you all shared this time with me. And if not now, then you watch my video later. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, share, and like, and leave comments if you want. I have a lot of upcoming topics to share with you. Actually, each week I think of which one I'm going to pull out. So if you have any ideas that you want to share and talk with me about, send it in the comments below, and I will, or email me. It's in my bio, and I'll surely talk back to you about it. I'll get back to you on it, and you never know, I might just choose your topic. This is Know Your Truth Real Talk, and I'm Judge Desire for Knowledge. Thank you for joining me today. Blessings, and hope to see you next Saturday at 3 o'clock live. Ciao. See ya.